Some people say that your tears don't move God, but I don't think that's fully true. While I wholeheartedly believe that you cannot manipulate God, I also wholeheartedly believe that God is compassionate. Genesis 21:17 in the KJV says, "And God heard the voice of the lad, and the angel of God called to Hagar out of heaven, and said unto her, What aileth thee, Hagar? Fear not, for God has heard the voice of the lad where he is. Arise, lift up the lad, and hold him by thy hand, for I will make him a great nation." So as we see in the scriptures, this is the part where Abraham obeyed God and his wife Sarah by driving away Hagar and her son Ishmael. They find themselves in the wilderness with no water and on the brink of death. But God heard the cries of Ishmael, the young boy, and sent an angel to rescue them. We also see in the story of Hezekiah when the prophet told him, hey, God said it's a wrap for you. That's it. You're going home. Hezekiah wept bitterly. And before the prophet could even go back to his home, God spoke to him and said, hey, go back to Hezekiah and say, I've added 15 more years to your life. I believe that is because Hezekiah cried with honesty. He asked God to remember him. I believe that Ishmael cried out of the honesty of his innocence, right? He was a child, and God heard his cry and answered. I can personally testify there are some things in my life where I have prayed, I have fasted, I have done all the things, and it looked like this issue would not budge until I cried out to God in honesty. What I was missing was the honesty piece, the transparency piece with God, right? Maybe I assumed that he knew what I was going through, but it wasn't until I laid it all out before him in honesty and wept that the peace, that the answer, that the wisdom came. So don't be afraid to cry to God. He is literally right there with you. The Bible says he is near the brokenhearted. As you're weeping, as you are sharing your heart out, invite him in that process, invite him in the mess. He specializes in making beautiful things out of sticky situations.